What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey, here to do a review on the new Marsblade Kraft team skates, which are available in the O1 and the R1 option. If you're unsure which one is for you, we're going to break down a couple of the differences before we talk about the actual specs of the boot. So this O1 skate is all about off-ice training. So if you're an ice hockey player looking to activate the same core muscles, to get the same feel for balance, to improve your on-ice stride away from the rink, the O1 is going to be a perfect option for you. Now the R1 is for the competitive roller hockey player looking for a step up, an advantage on the competition. Both of these have the flow motion technologies which allow the chassis to pivot, but the R1 is a little bit more geared towards creating more impactful contact between your wheels and the floor. So while you do get a couple extra inserts, this is all about bringing more speed, grip, and agility to the roller hockey, playing some competitive hockey. Now let's talk about the differences here in terms of actual specs, because below the boot, quite different, above the boot, exactly the same. The O1 has an injected plastic design, has a lot more roll or pivot than what we see in the R1. Again, it's all about emulating that ice hockey feel. We do have 82A revision static asphalt wheels, so great for players that are looking to take their training into the streets, whether it be, abrasive asphalt, some tough concrete. These wheels are going to last a long time on any surface you're using. But if you are going to use these indoor, I would recommend maybe going with something a little bit softer. That's what we find on the R1, which again, all about that competitive roller hockey. 74A revision static wheels as well, but ideal for that indoor level play, especially if you're on tile or some very smooth concrete. Now this is sitting in the R1 chassis. Big difference from the O1, because again, all about performance here. Aluminum magnesium hybrid, so a lot lighter. It's going to be able to withstand the impacts of gameplay. You're not going to typically find yourself having an issue with if you're just doing some off-ice training in the O1. So great to see that lightweight and durable design. And as I mentioned before, it does have a couple different inserts, so you can go for maximum pivot to minimum pivot depending on what your style and skating preferences are. Now let's get into the specs of the boot, because that's about the only differences between the two. We do have a composite PVC outsole, so this injected design is going to offer some good stiffness. Obviously not the same level that we find in the higher end price points, but still about industry standard here. We have a PVC injected boot. I really like how anatomical this is right out of the box. So as you go ahead and slip these on for your first time, gonna give you that really nice comfortable fit and feel, but they're all heat moldable. So make sure you bake these at home before you ever start playing or training, because it's gonna give you that personalized fit. Has a good level of stiffness too. And what I really like is that they included comfort edge wraps up at the top here. So if you're gonna be using these 3 or 4 times a week, that extra stiffness can cause some high ankle irritation, but with that comfort edge wrap, it's gonna help alleviate any issues there. We do have some anti-abrasion pads on both the outer and the inner portions. So regardless if you're indoors or out, you can have a boot that lasts. We have a 2-piece pro-installed reinforced felt tongue. Really like the level of thickness that we find in the felt. And then down through the center, some high density injected foams here too. So you really need that, especially if you're playing competitive roller hockey, but also we see it on the O1 too, because they're not gonna take away any of those specs, getting a lot of value there, as well as for that competitive hockey player. As we get into the liner, we have a Trico liner, very soft to the touch. So if you're going sockless, it's gonna be really comfortable. It's gonna help to wick away some moisture too, but I definitely recommend wearing skate socks as they extend the life and the smell of your skates a little bit longer. We do have memory foam like ankle padding. Really like the thickness that they used here. So like I mentioned, right out of the box, super comfortable, but definitely bake them. And they're gonna feel really, really nice as they break in. Now for weights, the R1 is gonna be a lot lighter at 1,197 grams compared to 1,590 grams that we find in the O1. But if you're looking for even more information, go ahead and hit the link in the description. Give us a thumbs up on the video. While you're there, make sure you're subscribed to the #1 hockey gear review channel on YouTube. See you next time.